Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on the channel. This is going to be my Ds for my in-depth Blu-ray collection. I'm going to do the Ds and Es back to back now because there aren't very many of them. So these videos will definitely be shorter. I am still going to do them separate. I'm not going to do them together because I want to have separate video for each letter. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to go through the D's in this video, and then straight after this I'll film the E's, and I'll put that video up tomorrow if I remember to do that. Not too many. I'm not going to read the synopsis out as I did say in my last one because it just takes too long, and if you want to know what the film is you can look it up, or a lot of these films you may already know what they are, so I don't really need to read you the synopsis, I don't think. So I'll just give you my opinions on the films that I've seen out of these. So anyway, let's get started. So the first one is a film, it's a remake of a British TV series that I believe was on in the 70s, I want to say. I'm not certain about that. And they remade this a few years ago into a film. There was a film of the TV series back in the day, but they've remade it into a film with obviously a new cast. And I really like this. I've not really seen much of the television series. I may have seen one or two odd episodes, but I really like this. Thought this was really funny. And that is Dad's Army. Fans of the original series probably didn't like this very much, I'm assuming, because that happens with a lot of remakes nowadays. They don't go so well, especially when you leave it long and you do something like this. But because I hadn't really watched the series, and I don't judge films, I'm not that critical on films. I find as much enjoyment out of every film as I can. I really like this. I thought this was really funny. I like the cast. I thought they all worked very well together. It's just a really good film, I think. I went to the cinema to see it. I've seen it a few times since, and yeah, I would recommend watching it if you've not seen it, and if you don't really know what the series is, I guess go and check the series out as well. But yeah, that is Dad's Army. Next up is one of the best films from the year that it was released. I wouldn't say it got snubbed at the Oscars because it did still win 3 Oscars. But I think it did deserve more because it was a fantastic film. And personally, of the films that year, I would have given the awards to this and The Wolf of Wall Street because I thought those were the best films of that year. And this film is Dallas Buyers Club, obviously, which earned Matthew McConaughey his Oscar and Jared Leto. And it also has Jennifer Garner in as well. Absolutely fantastic film. If you've not seen this, I cannot recommend this enough. It is just a fantastic film. And basically, I won't read the back, but I'll give you a brief what it's about. So it's about a man. He's kind of towards the start quite homophobic, and then one day, this is in the 80s, he gets diagnosed with AIDS. So he's obviously dying, and he has to try and find a way to, like, some sort of treatment. So he looks at a drug. I can't remember the name of the drug, but it was a drug that they didn't really know much about back then, and he wanted to test it, but the government didn't really want to do that. And it's about him making friends with people he didn't think he would be friends with, and just his struggles as he suffers from AIDS. So, well, HIV, same thing. I think I don't really know what the difference is. I'm sure there is a difference though. I think AIDS is a part of HIV, I believe. But anyway, nonetheless, really love this film, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. Next up is a film I've not seen for a very long time. It's the first in a trilogy. I have seen all 3, but the first 2 I've not seen. This one and the next one I haven't seen for a very long time. I remember really liking this. I like these types of films. Like, it's kind of like a cat and mouse, like trying to find stuff. But yeah, I really like this. And it stars Tom Hanks and was directed by Ron Howard, and that is the Da Vinci Code. As I say, I really like these types of films where it's like kind of a cat and mouse chase. They're trying to find stuff. Bit like National Treasure, or sort of like Night at the Museum, like that type of feel to it. They're like trying to find something, or stop something from happening. And I just really like this. I really love these types of films. Obviously, it also stars Ian McKellen, Paul Bettany's in it, Jean Reno's in it, Audrey Tautou. I don't know if that's how you say her name. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, really like this film. If you've not seen any of them, I'd recommend checking them out. This one obviously is the first one. It is probably the best one, and I believe they have got a series coming, not with Tom Hanks, with a different actor. Don't know whether it'll be good or not, which is based on the first book, which is The Lost Symbol. I believe that'll be. I know in America it's coming to their streaming service Peacock, so I guessing we'll get it on the TV somewhere here, but it'll be later in the year, I'd imagine. But it looked alright from the trailer, so give it a go. But it's not going to be as good as these films, because these films are really good. But anyway, that is the Da Vinci Code. Next up is a great disaster film, which definitely needs a rewatch. I've not seen for a very long time, but I did used to watch this quite a lot. Directed by Roland Emmerich. It is The Day After Tomorrow. Yeah, really good film this is, and it's got my favourite actor Jake Gyllenhaal in, and it's also got Dennis Quaid in, who I also really like, as well as Ian Holm, who passed away last year, fantastic actor from The Lord of the Rings, and Alien, and you've also got Emmy Rossum and Celia Ward. Really good film, really like this, a really good disaster film, one of the best I think, up there with Armageddon personally for me. But it's basically where there's global warming crisis and everything turns into like a new ice age, and they've got to find out why and try and stop it from happening. Try and stay alive because there's a massive superstorm. Yeah, really good film. Definitely recommend checking this out, especially if you like your disaster films. Day After Tomorrow. Next up is a recent pickup, which you will have seen in my last CEX haul-ish video. I've not seen it yet, so I can't really give my opinions. I've already kind of said what I think it's about. Oh, sorry. And that's Deja Vu with Denzel Washington. It's like kind of a time loop film, I think, a bit like Source Code, which I've also not seen but have. It's also got Val Kilmer in it, and directed by Tony Scott, who directed a lot of Denzel's films during the 2000s. But yeah, I've heard it's a really good film, so I am looking forward to checking it out. Let me know if you've seen it in the comments and what you think of it. But yeah, that is Deja Vu. Next up is a film that I got when I first started collecting Blu-rays. It isn't a great film. It's okay. It's kind of sort of like they rebooted it and got a completely different cast. The first three I actually really like, have a really good time with. This one is just okay. Don't really dislike it like some people do, but then again, I don't think it's as good as the first three, as I said. And that is Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. I don't know why I've got this and not the other three yet. As I said, I think it was because it was a really good price when I started collecting Blu-rays, and I just decided to get it. I've not actually seen it since the cinema, so, and I don't know if I will, because I'd rather watch the first three because they are superior to this. Still, it's an okay film. I don't actively dislike it like some people do, like I said, but it's not one that I would specifically choose to watch. Like I would rather watch the first three. But that is Diary of a Wimpy Kid 4, The Long Haul. Next up is a film directed by Martin Scorsese. I believe this earned him his first Oscar win, and I believe Mark Wahlberg also won an Oscar for this as well. It also stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Jack Nicholson, amongst many others, and that is The Departed. I think this is probably my top 3 favourite Scorsese films. I'd put this up there with The Wolf of Wall Street and Goodfellas. I'd say those are my 3 favourites. This probably second, maybe third. Wolf of Wall Street is definitely my favourite. But really good film. Absolutely love this, and the performances in this film are some of the best in any Scorsese film. The cast is one of the best casts that he's ever got, and I just think it's an absolutely fantastic film. And if you want to start watching Scorsese films, I would recommend to start with this one, because this is one of his best, and it's just really good, really good. So that is The Departed. I've just noticed that the case is a bit, it's missing some of the case at the back, but it's just a case at the end of the day. I check all my discs and they're all in good condition, so yeah, I don't really mind, doesn't really bother me. If at some point I get replacement cases, I will replace it with this. This with a replacement case, rather. But anyway, that's The Departed. 4 more. This video has actually gone on quite long. I suppose it's because I've been explaining them more. Tell me if this is better, if you want me to do a bit more explaining and the video be a bit longer, or you just want to give my very brief thoughts on each film. Let me know which is best for you, which you would rather see. Anyway, this is considered the best action film of all time. It is up there. For me, the best action film is one that we haven't talked about yet, and that is Speed. I watched it for the first time this year, before they announced that it was coming to 4K, and I bought it on Blu-ray, but I'm not really bothered about getting the 4K anyway, and I absolutely loved it. It is definitely my favourite action film. This is up there though. Obviously, you probably know what this is already. It's Bruce Willis in Die Hard. This is the only one I've got so far, because I'm not sure whether to get the box set and get rid of this, or just get the individual releases. It's probably better to get the individual releases now I've got this, because otherwise I see it as wasting money, but I haven't really decided yet. Depends if I can get them all for a good price. But this is, as I say, to some, the ultimate action film, and it divides people a lot whether it is or isn't a Christmas film. I'd say it's not, even though it is set at Christmas. It has Christmas elements to it. It's not a film centered around Christmas. It's at Christmas, but it's not centered around Christmas. Christmas doesn't play a heavy part to it, so I wouldn't consider it a Christmas film really. But I know some people could argue and say it definitely is, but I'm not going to get into that now. But yeah, if you've not seen this, definitely watch this, because as I say, this is the ultimate action film, and it is a great film. Alan Rickman is one of the best villains in film history. So yeah, you've got to definitely check this out if you haven't seen it already. Die Hard. Next up is a comedy which I've not seen yet. I've started to watch it, but I've not got all the way through yet. For what I've seen, it's quite good, quite funny. It's a film directed by Ron Howard. It stars Vince Vaughn, Kevin James, Jennifer Connelly, and Winona Ryder, and that is The Dilemma. I like these types of films. I love comedies. I love my favourite genres, I would probably say, comedies, romantic dramas, and sports dramas. Don't know why. I'm not a fan of sports, but I do love a sports film. Maybe it's because it's inspirational. And I love romantic dramas. Don't know why, just do. Really connect with them. And I love comedies. Well, everyone loves comedies, so that's easy enough to explain. But yeah, I don't really know too much about this. I got it cheap, and I like the cast, so I'm going to give it a go. If you've seen it, let me know what it's like in the comments, whether I like it or not. It might be one of those that a lot of people don't like, that I'll end up liking, because there's a lot of films like that. Like I mentioned in my last video, I enjoy the remake of Fantastic Four. Nobody else does, but that's just me, my opinion. But yeah, so let me know what you think of it down below, if you've seen it. The Dilemma, that is. Next up is, to me, the best horror film ever. A lot of people will say no, 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 no. But to me it is. It is a sequel, and a lot of people consider the first one the best horror film of all time. I didn't like it as much. I prefer this one personally. I think it's better. Each to their own. I know most people will say the first one's better, but I personally just think this is just a bit better. It's not miles better. The first one's still a classic, but I still like this one more, and that is Doctor Sleep, obviously with Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson. Absolutely fantastic film, had me on the edge of my seat. I don't really see horror films in the cinema. This is the only horror film I made an exception to, because I really love The Shining, and I watched the trailer, and I love Ewan McGregor, so I knew I had to see this in the cinema. In fact, the only horror films I've seen in the cinema is this, and one that we'll talk about later, The Invisible Man. But yeah, absolutely love this. Let me know, do you prefer this or The Shining? What do you think? What are your thoughts on both films? I know a lot of people will probably say The Shining, but as I say, I just personally prefer this just a little bit more. That is Doctor Sleep. And the final film in this bit is a film I probably got from Poundland. It looks like a Poundland film. I think I have seen it. It is one that I was gonna get rid of, but I want to watch it again because it's got a decent cast and it's about dogs. So probably be an alright watch again. But I think I have seen this before. I can't really remember. But that is Dog Days. If I have seen it, it must have been quite forgettable for me to not remember it, because I remember most films I watch. Um, it stars Nina Dobrev, Vanessa Hudgens, Eva Longoria, and Finn Wolfhard, obviously from Stranger Things. Um, I think it's just about groups of different peoples with dogs. I don't really know. I think I have seen it. But I couldn't really tell you what it's about, so I don't know. But if you've seen it and it's any good, let me know down below, because that will make me want to rewatch it or watch it for the first time soon. But anyway, yeah, that's Dog Days. Don't really know too much about that, so can't really talk about that very much. That is all my D's. Thank you for watching. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like. If for some reason you didn't like the video, by all means give it a dislike, but if you do choose to dislike it, I would appreciate it if you could let me know down in the comments why you didn't like the video, and then I can improve next time. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded on the channel. Comment anything down below. Have you seen any of these films, especially the ones that I've not seen yet? What do you think of them? Do you own any of them? Everything and anything down below. I'll get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment. And that is it. So, until next time everyone, take care, goodbye.